So first of all, we are going to do 3 locations. You can see that on the map, I have marked the locations with 2 colors. One is blue and one is pink. So we are going to do 3 locations of the places or the cities where the Congress sessions took place. We know the Congress committee, we have also read in the theory that Congress was holding its sessions. So all of you please mark the first location. I have written one, but you will write the name of the place I will tell you. Okay. So all of you mark, this is West Bengal. In West Bengal, mark Calcutta. Calcutta. The first location, this is Congress session in September 1920. Write down in the bracket, September 1920, Calcutta. And it is in West Bengal. If you want to write, you can write abbreviation WB in West Bengal. Have you marked, all of you? All right. Now next, second location, see over here. This is Nagpur. See the second location, Nagpur, Maharashtra. Nagpur, Maharashtra, December 1920. You can write in bracket, December 1920. This is Nagpur. The state is Maharashtra. Have you all marked second location? All right. Now third is Madras. We will write Madras only. We will not write Chennai because we are doing the locations before independence when Tamil Nadu, the state is Tamil Nadu, and this is Madras 1927. Congress session in the year 1927. Clear? So these are the 3 locations, Calcutta, Nagpur, Madras, where Congress sessions were held. Is it clear? All of you have marked. So now you can see 6 more locations on the map. So these locations are of the places which are connected with the national movement. Clear? Important places. You remember when we were reading the chapter in the beginning only, I told you that 1916, 18, 19, we will be marking on the map. So I will tell you the location and along with that, the incident for which this location is there. You have to write the name also, and in the bracket, you have to write reference also. Because sometimes you get directly in the board exam that mark Champaran or Chauri Chaura. You can. Sometimes they can ask you that mark the place where the non-cooperation movement was called off. Okay? So both ways. Now first we are going to mark Chauri Chaura. This is UP. Uttar Pradesh. State कौन सी है? Uttar Pradesh. This is Chauri Chaura. और आपको पता ही है, ब्रैकेट में लिख लो, कॉलिंग ऑफ OFF ऑफ नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट. इसको आप एब्रीविएशन में लिख सकते हो मैप पे, NCM, नॉन कॉपरेशन मूवमेंट, इफ स्पेस इज लेस. All of you mark also and write the detail. Written? लिख लिया बेटा सबने? All right. Now next is we are moving to the second location. This is Champaran, Bihar. This is Bihar, Champaran, CHAMPARAN. 1916. 1916 मूवमेंट फॉर इंडिगो प्लांटर्स. सिर्फ इंडिगो प्लांटर्स भी अगर आप लिख लो फॉर इंडिकेशन, देन आल्सो इट्स ऑल राइट. Clear? Indigo planters. Movement for indigo planters. This is Bihar. This is Champaran. Clear? तो अब आप देख रहे हैं लोकेशंस को याद करने का मेथड है. ये बीच में बाउंड्री लाइन है जो डिवाइड कर रही है यूपी को और बिहार को. तो एक उसके लेफ्ट साइड पे है, एक उसके राइट साइड. बट ये गलत मत मार्क कर देना कि यहाँ कुछ और तो यहाँ कुछ और. सो यू मस्ट इधर बिहार लिख लो, स्टेट लिख ली, इधर यूपी लिख लो, सो दैट यू रिमेम्बर. बेटा स्टेट्स याद रखनी बहुत जरूरी है. Now let's move here. Location number 3. This is Punjab. Amritsar. 1919 Jallianwala Bagh incident. Amritsar 1919 Jallianwala Bagh incident. Is it clear? आई एम टेलिंग फॉर योर रेफरेंस. वैसे हमारे सिलेबस में अब नहीं है, अभी पहले मार्क कर लो आप. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू वन लोकेशन. जैसे हमने ये दो लोकेशंस की है ना ऑपोजिट ईच अदर ऑलमोस्ट विद अ लिटिल डिस्टेंस हियर. इसी तरह ये इंडिया की बाउंड्री लाइन है, दिस इज पाकिस्तान. इसके बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट अगर हमने मार्क करना हो तो ये लोकेशन लाहौर है. ठीक है, जहां आपने अमृतसर इनसाइड मार्क किया है तो उसके बिल्कुल आउटसाइड यहाँ पर लाहौर की लोकेशन है इन पाकिस्तान. क्लियर? नाउ लेट्स मूव फर्दर. दिस इज राजस्थान एंड दिस इज गुजरात. अब हमारी जो तीन लोकेशंस हैं वो गुजरात में है. ठीक है, ये स्टेट कौन सी है? गुजरात. ऑलराइट. अब हमने फर्स्ट सी नंबर 4. दिस इज नंबर 4 खेदा और खेड़ा. Either ways you can pronounce it. KHEDA. यहाँ पर आप देखो ये जो ऐसे करके कर्व है, कर्व के साथ ऊपर ये जो है ना प्रोजेक्शन, बस उसके बिल्कुल साथ ऊपर ही आपने ये नंबर 4 मार्क करना है. ठीक है. एंड राइट डाउन 1917 पीजेंट सत्याग्रह. 1917 पीजेंट सत्याग्रह. This is in the state of Gujarat. Gujarat. Clear? अब जहां आपने ये मार्क किया है उसके बिल्कुल थोड़ा सा डिस्टेंस छोड़ के बिल्कुल पैरेलल मार्क द नेक्स्ट लोकेशन अहमदाबाद. नेक्स्ट इज अहमदाबाद. क्लियर? अहमदाबाद. राइट डाउन 1918 cotton mill workers. 1918 cotton mill workers. ठीक है, ये सारी आपको याद है ना. When Gandhi ji came to India after 1915, so he toured different places. 1916, 1917, 1918 किया था ना हमने थ्योरी में भी. So this is Ahmedabad. Clear? Now next here is Dandi. Location number 6. Dandi. 1930 civil disobedience movement. Dandi, you can see the location here. You know, Mahatma Gandhi started the salt march from Sabarmati. Clear? And he finished it at Dandi. There he prepared salt, and so it is connected with civil disobedience movement. Clear? 1930. So all the locations, right? I am repeating the Congress sessions. You can check that you have marked all. First, Calcutta, Nagpur, Madras, Congress sessions. Then important places. This is Toritora, UP, Bihar, Champaran, Amritsar, in Punjab. Then we have 3 locations in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, then Kheda and Dandi. Clear? And one, this I have already told you, in Tamil Nadu. Clear? So I hope all those students who are sitting online also, they have done the map. So with this, your chapter Nationalism in India is complete. So please, all of you complete the question answers and paste the map. Those students who are attending online, I'll ask you to send your notebooks to me for checking online. So rest students who are coming offline, they can complete the work. So tomorrow, I'll take your notebooks. Question answers are complete, only map is to be pasted, right? Now next we are going to start with the chapter of political parties. Now all of you please keep your map. Keep your map in your notebook or your book. Now your history book is not required. I'll give you a brief introduction of political parties. Yes. So the next chapter of your PT3 is political parties. You all remember that in 9th standard, we had completed the whole book on democracy. हमने डेमोक्रेसी पे एक फुल पॉलिटिकल साइंस की बुक की थी. Different chapters we had done, and we had talked about democracy. Clear? And under democracy, you know that, no doubt we know that it is the government which is being adopted by maximum countries of the world. But in democracy, we have two types. Can anyone tell? Yes? Which democracy? That is further. In legislature, democracy, direct and indirect democracy. We have direct and indirect democracy. Remember this. When we say indirect democracy, there is some one other name of indirect democracy. What is that? What is the other name? Indirect democracy. Yes, representative democracy. Indirect democracy is also called representative democracy. Now, why it is called representative democracy? Because when we say that democracy, it itself means that the government is formed by the elected representatives of the people. Before that, we have read, when we read French Revolution, that monarchy was there. Otherwise, also earlier you have read about dictatorship, monarchy. You have read about the rules of the king. That was monarchy, where king was not elected. Clear? It was a hereditary position which was given to the king or the queen, passed on to the daughter or to the son. हमने पढ़े हैं ना सारे एग्जाम्पल. मुगल डायनेस्टी, हम क्यों कहते हैं डायनेस्टी? It means that the rulers from one family continue to rule for long. आजकल आपने सुना है ना डायनेस्टिक पॉलिटिक्स, वर्ड सुना है ना, डायनेस्टिक पॉलिटिक्स. तो वो डायनेस्टी और ये डायनेस्टी सेम ही है. यहाँ हम क्यों कह रहे हैं डायनेस्टिक पॉलिटिक्स? दैट in from one political party, from one family, continuously someone or the other is becoming the important head of the state, maybe by election only. चाहे वो hereditary नहीं है अब, maybe it is through elections only, but the office is being passed from one person, from one family to the other. तो तब हम कहते हैं dynastic politics. Similarly, when we read about the dynasties, I hope you are able to establish the correlation that why that word is also used now, right? And when we talk of democracies now, clear? So it means representative democracies, because with the number of increasing number of people, population has increased so much that it is not possible to have direct democracy. In 9th standard, we have done this in detail when we did the first two chapters, spread of democracy. In that, we have done that direct democracy requires plebiscite. if you remember this word also, we had read in connection with child Poland, जब हमने वो वाले chapter पढ़े थे, I think so that also was deleted, one chapter was deleted. But when we are having less number of people, clear, and we put up an issue, आपके सामने एक issue हमने रखा है, उस issue पे हमने yes or no आपके सामने ले लिया, and we know what to do directly. Clear? एक होता है indirect way, the number is large. Clear? Suppose head boy, head girl of the school is to be elected. Clear? So what do we do? We can't call all the students out. 1,000, 1,500 students cannot be called. How will we decide? Right? So what do? We conduct an election. Clear? What do? You cast your vote. That whom you want to elect your as head boy or head girl. And then those votes are counted. Clear? So this is representative democracy method adopted to elect the representatives. So जब हम representative democracy कहते हैं, indirect democracy कहते हैं, तो we mean this. So since all countries have huge population now, so therefore recently you have seen election of the president for America was there. Clear? Also Bihar assembly elections were there. We have seen that how the Bihar election was in phases, right? And people had gone to cast their vote. So these days we do not have the ballot boxes as we used to have the ballot boxes earlier. Now we have the EVMs where we just have to press a button. Clear? As per our choice of the candidate for whom we want to cast our vote, and then it is done. Earlier we used to put our stamp on a piece of paper and put that in a ballot box, and votes were counted physically. All these ballot boxes used to be kept at one place, and then few days, 1 week or time used to be there. Representative of different political parties used to sit there, and those persons deputed by the election commission used to count the votes. So जितनी जिसकी काउंटिंग होती थी वोट की, so उसके हिसाब से अब क्या होता है कि ऑटोमेटिकली ईवीएम के आपको वो ही देखना, सॉफ्टवेयर देखना, and you get to know the number. So this is representative democracy. So now we are talking of representatives. Now who are these representatives? Right? All these representatives cannot be individuals only. Clear? You can recollect a word like marriage party, birthday party. We are saying political party. Clear? So marriage party, birthday party, and political party is same. Whom do you call at your birthday party? Suppose you are organizing your birthday party. Whom will you call? इसको invite करोगे आप अपनी birthday party पे? Friends? Which friends? Close friends. ठीक है? Who are your close friends? Like-minded. Those friends with whom you have your thinking match. आपको अच्छे लगते हैं, क्यों अच्छे लगते हैं? क्योंकि आपके जो behavior methods हैं, जो उनके हैं, वो आपस में मिलते हैं, and you like, and that's why you become best friends, and you call your best friends for that birthday party. Clear? So now political party. How political parties are formed? Why I want to join? Why someone wants to join BJP? Why someone wants to join Congress? Why someone becomes member of AAP? Why someone has joined Bahujan Samaj Party? किसी ने अकाली दल क्यों join किया है? Different political parties are there, clear? And we have different people who are the members of these political parties. तो उन्होंने उस पार्टी को क्यों join किया? Because they identify themselves with the ideology of that particular organization. ये एक organization ही है. You have clubs. आपके सिटी में क्लब्स होते हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस होते हैं. योर मदर्स माइट बी अटेंडिंग किटी पार्टी, हम किसी के साथ पे नहीं ना बना लेते अपना ग्रुप, ठीक है। इसी तरह ये जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, इनको हम क्यों कहते हैं, बिकॉज दीज आर सच ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस ऑफ लाइक माइंडेड पीपल हु form these organizations and contest elections to win and form government, or their purpose is to get into power. That's why, क्यों, जब हम पढ़ते हैं सारा चीफ मिनिस्टर, स्टेट्स एंड ऑल, दिस कम्स अंडर पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम ऑफ अ कंट्री, पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम पढ़ते हैं ना हम सारा, ठीक है। जो भी हमने पढ़ना है, डेमोक्रेसी पढ़नी है, चीफ मिनिस्टर के बारे में पढ़ना है, फेडरलिज्म पढ़ा, यूनिटरी पढ़ा, प्रेसिडेंशियल, पार्लियामेंट्री, ऑल दिस इज द पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम्स ऑफ डिफरेंट कंट्रीज। क्लियर? और हमने पहले वाले 2 चैप्टर्स में, पावर शेयरिंग में, फेडरलिज्म में किया था कि हमारा पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम कैसा है। वी आर अ फेडरल स्टेट, डेमोक्रेटिक, फेडरल, पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट। क्लियर? इतना ये बेसिक पता है ना। वी आर अ पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म बिकॉज वी हैव 2 heads, head of the state and head of the government. America has presidential form of government because they have one executive, that is the president. Is it clear? So this is the basic points which you must remember before we come to the political parties. Now, when we talk of representative democracy, then it is not possible without political parties. Who will be the representatives? We cannot have all as independent candidates. Independent candidates भी होते हैं elections में, आपने सुना होगा ना, जब आप तो नहीं जाते अभी, you are not of the age, you are not 18 years. After 18 years, you will be able to cast your vote. जब हम वोट कास्ट करने जाते हैं तो हमारे पास जो पेपर बना होता है, वहां पर पार्टीज का नाम लिखा होता है, सिंबल्स होते हैं। क्लियर? Who gives these symbols? Election Commission. The Election Commission, right? And we know that Election Commission of India is a very powerful and independent body, clear, which regulates the whole system of elections. Electoral politics में हमने ये सारा पढ़ा था 9th standard में, ठीक है। तो अब हमने पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का जब हम देखते हैं तो कई बार हम, आप देखो नीचे इंडिपेंडेंट कैंडिडेट्स भी होते हैं, दोज हु आर नॉट द मेंबर ऑफ एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी बट दे वांट टू कंटेस्ट द इलेक्शंस, होता है ना ऐसे भी, यू माइट हैव हर्ड सो मेनी टाइम्स। सो नो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी इज देयर एंड ऑल आर इंडिपेंडेंट। अब जैसे बिहार की इलेक्शंस हुई, हाउ मेनी मेंबर्स आर देयर इन द बिहार असेंबली? सीट्स कितनी है? Yes, 243. Clear? अब suppose करो 243 candidates independent है, they are not belonging to any party. What will happen? How anyone will reach a consensus? हम कैसे rules state को कैसे rule करेंगे? ठीक है? So somewhere or the other, these organizations to whom we are calling as political parties, they come together, bring the like-minded people together, clear, and form an organization, clear, then they select their candidates. Those candidates stand for contesting the elections on winning and getting majority. वो elections fight करते हैं, ठीक है, लोग अपनी वोट कास्ट करते हैं. So the party which wins the maximum number of seats is declared as the winner and forms the government. So political parties in a democracy play a very important role. Like we can see, there are two sides of the same coin. अगर हमने कहा है कि political parties हैं तो democracy है, अगर democracy है तो political parties होंगी. Either ways, ठीक है, हम इसको separate नहीं कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे से. Is it clear? So this is the introduction to political parties. I hope this much is clear to you. Anyone wants to ask any doubt regarding this? You can ask. Is it clear to you?